my sister and I didn't hit it off very well in the beginning. In fact, she did not even want to see me when I was in the hospital. She wanted nothing to do with her little sister. And when my parents brought me home, the most she would interact with me would be a side glance and a grimace on her face. Again, did not want a wiggly redhead sister in her life. However, as time went on, we became inseparable. We would make up 10 worlds where we could be anyone we wanted to be, that we could play in for hours. And we would put on sock puppet shows when the other was sick, which provided a feeling of comfort and love. What I didn't expect was for our big sister and little sister roles to be forcibly switched in 2011. My sister was put into a coma for 3 months because a virus attacked her brain. 3 months later, she woke up, but she had to learn how to do everything again. Walk, talk, eat, breathe, everything we have to do to survive. And during this time, as a 7-year-old, I was trying to figure out how I could change myself and adjust to this new way of life. Now, during this time, people would come up to me and my parents, and they would be like, "Oh, you're so mature, you're such a mature little girl, you're handling all this so well." But what they didn't know is that sometimes, being a sibling of someone with disabilities, there comes a pressure to mature early. As a 7-year-old, I felt like I had hit a level of maturity as the age I am now, 19 years old. Now, no one really causes this, but as siblings, we feel inclined to do so for various reasons. One of the reasons being is we feel like we have to remove stress from our parents. By holding to ourselves to a higher maturity level, we hope that maybe that makes our parents feel like they don't have to worry about us, and therefore, more of that attention can go towards our sibling. There was this one time where I was cutting an apple for breakfast with this probably too big of a knife, and the knife slipped, and I cut my finger, and it left a pretty good gash. Of course, I started to panic. I didn't know, I didn't want to ask my parents for help. So what was the logical thing to do in my head? Run into the bathroom, wrap some toilet paper on it, and slap some tape on it. Now, my parents were horrified when they were looking at my finger and saw this monstrosity, but I didn't want to bug them because I felt like I would take away their attention, and I wouldn't be hitting that maturity level. Another reason why we feel like we need to mature at an early age is because of parentification. Parentification is when someone feels like they need to accept a caretaker role when they shouldn't have to. It can either be parent-directed or sibling-directed. In this case, it's sibling-directed. I learned how to dose up my sister's meds and give them to her. I watched how my parents had to change her trach in her throat, which you can see in that picture when she was in the hospital. And I remember there was this one time, my sister has a G-tube in her stomach where her medicine is administered, and my mom needed to change it one night. And I was about 8, 9 years old at the time. She handed me the new one to hold it. She took out the old one, and I saw this hole in my sister's stomach, and I went as pale as a ghost. I was like, "Oh my God, there's a hole in my sister's stomach, what do I do?" And I almost passed out, but I didn't because I feel like that wouldn't be mature of me. But while this may seem like an okay thing, feeling like you have to be a parent can remove your ability to act as a child. I never really played in those la-la lands that me and my sister had together anymore because I feel like I needed to be there for her and for my parents. My therapist still has to remind me till this day that I don't have to do everything for her. My parents can take care of it. You know, my boyfriend will tell you, we just went there to visit, and we were just eating breakfast at the table. You know, she was totally fine, but I asked her if she was okay about, I don't know, 10 times, because that's just always what I felt like I had to do. Now, this isn't because my parents are inattentive to my sister. In fact, my parents are the most caring people that I know, and they would do anything for me and my sister, and they support me every day. But if I don't follow along with filling that parental role, I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing at being a good sister and a good daughter, and I know other siblings feel the same way. With that feeling of failing comes the feelings of intense guilt. Siblings of someone with disabilities can experience a wide range of emotions. Like I said, guilt, resentment, or fear of their siblings' health. I remember being that 7-year-old girl holding my sister's hand in the ICU, wishing that it would have been me that happened to, that I was the one put into the coma. But I knew that wasn't fair for me to do, but I still couldn't help it. Another reason why there's those feelings of guilt is because sometimes siblings are able to have more opportunities than their sibling with disabilities. They're able to go to college, get married, have kids. My sister isn't really able to do those things. We do have a college around my house that she can go to, but that's basically it. For a while, I told myself that I didn't want kids, I didn't want to get married. I always said if I wanted kids, I would adopt them, but I didn't really think I would do that. That just wasn't my thing. But as I got older, I realized that's not true. I do want to get married. I do want to have kids of my own one day. I just thought I didn't because I didn't want to have something that she can't have because I feel like that's not fair. What makes these feelings of guilt go away is hearing how proud my sister is of me. When my mom calls me on the phone and I hear my sister's voice, she's always like, Allie, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you. And it makes me realize that the sister that I had before she got sick is still there. And she and many other people's siblings would not want us to be putting ourselves down like this. Now, I've talked about the emotional impact that can come with being a sibling of someone with disabilities. But now I would like to talk about the growth that this has provided me. I truly believe that I've become a more sympathetic and empathetic person because of this experience. I'm able to check on my loved ones more. I can tell if they're lying about being okay or not, and be there for them when they need it. I'm able to love deeper. And through this experience, I've always struggled with feeling like I deserve to be loved. But the love my sister gives me on a daily basis makes me realize that I do. Same with other siblings, and they deserve to know that. Another lesson I have learned that I find very important and that I hold dear to my heart every day is with having a sibling of someone with disabilities, I have learned how to properly treat those with disabilities in a respectful way. Treat them like the normal, capable human beings that they are, that a lot of people do not approach correctly because they either talk to them like a baby or ignore them. And they feel that. My sister is my best friend. She's my hero and my role model. And I admire her, and her strength and perseverance makes me stronger. While acknowledging that, I've also been able to acknowledge the hardships that have come with it. I used to deny and say that it wasn't hard. I didn't want to feel selfish by talking about how it affected me because she had to go through all of this. But as the years have gone by and through therapy, I have realized that my feelings and other siblings' feelings are valid too, and they deserve to be made aware about. I help coach my sister's Special Olympics team, and through that, I'm able to connect with other siblings who have gone through similar things that I have. And that has been one of the most special experiences of my life because it makes me feel seen. Along with that, I have been able to realize that it's okay to feel frustrated by what's happened to me, to accept the struggle that I go through, to feel the struggle that I go through, and know that there are people that care. And the people that care the most are those siblings. So if you've gone through what I've gone through, go easy on yourself. Accomplish your dreams because you deserve it. And the experiences in life come to you. Thank you.